You're listening to Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. My voice is really raspy and deep, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was on a cruise, so you'll excuse me if the introduction here is a little, or maybe it's a very soothing sound.
I think for people listening, I think this is going to be very therapeutic.
I want you to close your eyes, relax. You're hanging out with Rosie and Ryan. It's all good. Got a great guest today. Yeah, I was on another cruise. It was my second cruise. She's like, holy crap, hurricane, and we dodged it and still had a good time. A little congestion, but what are you going to do? Listen, if you like this podcast and you're here for Emily Deschanel, and you like this episode and you like this, you're like, hey, this interview doesn't suck. All I ask is subscribe, have a listen, be a listener and support the podcast, this little podcast that's been around for a while. We've had some great guests and more great guests on the way. Ryan, I'll tell you about some good ones coming up too.
Oh,
really exciting. Jared Harris.
Yeah.
The Crown.
Chernobyl. We got a date for him finally?
Yes, I got a date for him. And there's a couple others I'll talk to you about. If you like this podcast and you want to be a patron and support the podcast and give back, it's hours, endless hours of free listening. So if you want to give back, join Patreon, Patreon, patreon.com/inside of you,
Mm-hmm.
patreon.com/inside of you, and become a patron and support the podcast. And there's different tiers, and I send boxes to certain tiers every couple months, and YouTube lives, and you get your name shouted out. You can be on the podcast, so much more. It's a real treat, and better yet, it's Ryan. You saw this firsthand, but it's a community. People have become friends, met so many friends along this journey of Patreon. So, and the patrons are friends, so they're amazing. Also, the Smallville Cruise 2026. Go to cruiseville.com. Sign up for that. It's going to be a what do they call humdinger?
A humdinger?
A humdinger. I'm doing a karaoke pajama party night. So you wear your onesie or whatever you wear, have some karaoke, have some bevri.
Some bevri?
Yeah. And enjoy the night with me because I'm a lot of fun. Instagram. Go to my Instagram at the Michael Rosenbaum. Go to my link tree for all the cons that I'm doing. There's only Cincinnati left, Liverpool, and that's it for the year. And then there's a ton next year, which we'll throw at you. Also, I'm on Cameo, and The Talented Farter, my fart book, sound book, is on Amazon. The Talented Farter, get it. And the Spanish version just came out. Very exciting. And Rosie's Puppy Fresh Breath for your dog's breath. Check that out on Amazon. If your dog's breath is bad, just put a cap full of water. It's odorless, tasteless. And so much more. And lastly, the Inside of You online store, of course. A ton of Smallville autograph stuff. So check out the Inside of You online store. Listen to Talkville. Ryan, by the way, you were in my podcast room while I was out of town doing your
I was
special something.
You will see it in the public hopefully next week, and then
yes, and it's probably for Talkville.
It is for Talkville,
right? So if you don't watch Talkville and you want to see the rewatch Smallville show podcast, Ryan is one of the co-hosts and the producer, and he made something for us.
I'm making little musical surprises.
I'm very excited about that. I'm always excited with your little.
I don't know if you're prepared for this one.
Are you making fun of me?
Oh,
because it's too easy to make fun of me.
No.
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't make fun of you now. You're impaired.
Am I? I'm impaired.
You're running a little. You're running on fumes today.
I'm running on empty.
You are running on. You're Jackson Brown running on empty today.
I am. Anyway, look, let's get into it. But thanks for listening. Thanks for all the support and love. And by the way, if you message me on the Inside of You, there's a place to do it, insideyoupodcast.com or something. I don't look at those for a while. So sometimes, if there's an order wrong or something's happening, we'll fix it, but it might be a month before we get to it. So there's not like a team doing this. There's Joe and me, or me and Joe, however you want to say it. But that's that. So, all right. This guest she was so delightful in the studio, and such a great story. And let's get inside of Emily Deschanel.
It's my point of view. You're listening to Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum was not recorded in front of a live
That's a
studio
big
audience.
water bottle you got there.
I have another one in the car.
Why is it that people, you get comfortable.
I don't know if this is going to help me sit up.
Yeah. No, that's good. No, but
Is that going to look weird that I have a pillow right there?
No, you can't.
It's not? Should I'll hide it.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. You good there?
Yeah,
You
I'm
feel
good.
good.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to look like I'm like, I'll like go into complete slouch very easily.
Know,
So,
it's the
I mean,
story of my life.
just like
Slouch
constantly
City.
trying to remember, like, no.
I remember I was doing a play in college, and this woman who was sort of my mentor, and she wasn't my mentor at the time, but after the show, she came up and she goes, "I just want to say how great you were, and you were really dialed in." I go, "Oh, thanks." She goes, "But you have to work on your posture."
Oh.
And it haunted me. And I would just, when someone notices something that is, a flaw of yours or whatever,
Yeah.
it's good. I remember also.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's
it's
helpful.
when you're young, or I found it sometimes harder to hear things because
Yeah.
you take criticism
I know.
or I did so hard.
I think we still
deeply.
do in a way. We don't love
Yeah.
criticism, but we now we're just sort of like, I think we don't give a
Been
shit as
beaten
much.
down.
We've been
Yeah,
beaten
we're not.
down.
It's not going to destroy me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some things might destroy me. Hearing certain feedback might
Yeah.
maybe not destroy me, but would be really difficult to hear. But somebody saying, "Hey, you need to work on your posture," would have maybe like been hard for you. I don't know.
Yeah,
If like
it was. I was only
that's
like
so,
19 years
sensitive.
old.
Yeah.
And then also, when I moved out to California, I was doing a TV show. And after the show, my manager said, I think you could be leading man. I think you could be, you could do a lot of different things, but you have to fix your teeth. Because I had these like fangs because I got punched once and busted my lip, and my teeth were never
no.
the same. So it was a little Buscemi. Not as
Right.
bad as Buscemi, but it was half Buscemi.
Yeah.
Buscemish.
Bashemish.
And I just remember going, okay. And then the next day I made an appointment, got a retainer. In 6 months, my teeth were straight and landed my first. And I
okay.
kept booking.
See, hearing things like that, I mean,
It helped.
It
it was the
helps, yeah.
difference. It was the difference because
Wow.
all the roles I got, there's no way they would have cast me if I had crooked teeth.
Wow.
No way.
see, to me, I think it's interesting when people have like different teeth that aren't perfect because everyone has such perfect
Sure.
teeth and veneers or whatever they're called. But I hear that like they're not going to cast somebody with the teeth like
No,
that.
like you think I
for
could have
the lead
become Lex
man-
Luthor
lead
with
man.
crooked teeth?
Maybe would have added to
He's
it.
a billionaire. He's got to have perfect teeth.
Right. He went to get all his teeth done.
And by
Yeah.
the way, when you're on TV every week, people you want to give people the benefit of the doubt, but like we're all shallow and we're all judgy. We're like, we could be watching and go, oh my gosh, her teeth. I can't focus on anything else.
Right. I don't know if that's shallow.
It's
It
observant.
can be a shallow, right? But sometimes it's just something distracts you from something.
It is. Yes.
Sometimes I'll get distracted by all kinds of things watching.
Brett,
Or somebody's
yeah.
accent or something. I'm like, I do not believe that person.
Have
is
you ever
from the
worked with
place that we're
someone
in.
who has like you're acting with them and their breath is putrid?
I don't know if I have, but I'm terrified of that.
Me
That,
too,
like,
me too.
I in my normal life, I'm not like having breath mints constantly, but when I'm filming, and if there's a kissing scene, I am
Brush your tongue,
I'm
floss your
brushing
teeth.
like insane.
No
floss.
tuna sandwiches.
I'm like, I have like 100 breath mints a day,
Yeah.
and probably to like an extreme. I'm so paranoid because I know I have. I can't think of like, oh, that guy had bad breath, but I know I have encountered that, and I don't want to be that guy. So
Yeah.
I know
You don't
I
want people to
must-
say they had a bad Deschanel.
I passed out from that breath. Yeah, you don't want that story being told.
Was it tough growing up in Los Angeles? And I mean, your father was a cinematographer. Your sister's an actress.
Yeah.
Do you say actress now or actor?
I mean, I
What's
say actor,
correct?
but it's just whatever
So
you.
it's not
I kind of
demeaning
go back
or
and
anything.
forth. I don't think it's demeaning. I think people started saying actor as a way to just kind of like level
The playing field.
The playing field, but there's nothing demeaning or bad about saying
I
actress.
think, but I'll say actor. I have no problem saying actor.
But sometimes when I'm trying to
Are
say
you an
something
actor or an
specific,
actress?
when I'm trying to say something specific to the experience of somebody who is female, and I say actor, and then you're like, well, female actor, that seems weird to say. Like that just sounds weird. Might as well say actress. But yeah, either one goes. But yeah.
But was it difficult? Was it like, was it something you were born into? And your mom was an actress?
Yeah.
So like, how's that? Because my mom, I grew up in the Midwest.
Yeah.
But we were from New York, and my mom was always like, I did repertory theater, and she had done some theater, and she was very theatrical and on her Prozac and all her other things. But I didn't get that acting bug right away. I didn't know what I wanted to do until really end of high school, early college. But for you, did it start early?
It didn't start as early as my sister. My sister basically, I like to say she came out of the womb with jazz hands. I mean, she was ready to perform. My dad, being a cinematographer, always had a camera on us all the time growing up. So every moment was filmed. It felt like it probably wasn't every moment, but and I would always want to hide from the camera.
Really?
To the extreme that I went to school for theater, right? But then I had to take class for on-camera class when I moved to New York, because I naturally would just turn. If the camera was here, I'd turn. That was just my natural instinct because my dad had a camera. It was just like, okay, I'm moving away. And I had to like mentally be like, yeah, but the camera could be here too. Like the camera could be anywhere. The camera captures what's there. The camera has to be there to capture it. So I had to mentally get over that. So my sister came out like ready to perform. It took me longer. Like I wanted to be an architect when I was a little girl. Wow. And then I wanted to build the house for Barbie. Like lots of girls are like making clothes for Barbie. I wanted to build the house for Barbie. Yes. And so I wanted to do that. But then in high school, I discovered theater and musical theater. But it probably wasn't until like junior or senior year of high school where I thought, I want to do this. I want to try doing this for my career, Did you have a natural ability? Did you feel like the first play you did or did you pick it up right away because you were around it? Well, it's hard to say other than like I got cast and my first audition in high school, I auditioned for Godspell, the musical.
Nice.
Love it. And I got a song. So that to me was kind of feedback that like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
And I just found my people, the theater kids, the theater nerds. And
theater kids, let me tell you, as artsy and cool as it seems, snobs. There's a lot of snobbery.
There's like a dorky nerdiness. There's a snobbery. There's a cutthroat, competition.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things like that. I mean, I think, I went to a school that was definitely arts based, and I went to Crossroads in Santa Monica here in LA, and a lot of actors have gone there. And so I would say it's more supportive than others, but it's also, more competitive. There's a lot of amazingly talented people competing for those parts. And so it was intense, but it wasn't, I didn't experience like crazy.
Right.
In college, yes, a little bit more. Cause we also I went to a conservatory with a cut system then. So we were 54 people and we knew we'd be whittled down to 20. And so that was
That's
That was competition. And if anyone's, I hadn't thought about it this way, but other people said it's like, if anyone's similar in type, you're like looking around like, are we the same type? Like one of us is going down, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, theater, I don't know. I love theater people. They're more dramatic, you know, so there are times where I felt like when I was in college, I was a little embarrassed sometimes by being one of the theater people, the thespians.
Yeah.
There was like a table that everyone sat at. There were all the acting majors, and they were really loud and dramatic, and I would kind of avoid. But then eventually, like, sat down at that table, and it was a lot of fun. You know, I mean, they are my people,
but you also had dyslexia and ADD,
Yes,
ADHD
yes.
or ADD.
Well,
Similar.
back in the day, you know, I think they were just saying ADD. Like I was diagnosed before they said ADHD, as far as I know. And then at some point, I think they referred to it as ADHD. So I think the first time I was assessed, they said ADD, and then they said ADHD. But I'm not. Now I feel like everyone's ADHD. I don't know if anyone's diagnosed. You have ADD, right? Or ADHD or whatever?
Look, I have ADHD. I mean, look, it's so apparent. It's like lack of focus, can't, you know, I'm just always thinking, I'm always creating, I'm always in my head, I'm always one thing to another. It just my mind doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And I was also a hyper kid.
Yeah.
But I wasn't diagnosed. I was just like, you know, you shouldn't be getting D's in art class. Well, I also found out I was colorblind, but nobody knew. I didn't find out until I was colorblind. I talked about this many times, but like I didn't find out till my freshman year in Mr. Irwin's class. Yeah. You know the story very well, but Dusky Rideout was sitting next to me, and Mr. Irwin goes, "Oh, turn to page 127. There's 2 circles. If you see a boat and a number 9, you're good. If you don't, you're colorblind. See me after class." And I go, and I looked at Dusky Rideout, and I go, "That was your name, Dusky Rideout." I go,
"That's a great name."
I go, "Dusky." She goes, "What?" I go, "I don't see anything." Michael Rosenbaum's colorblind.
Oh, no.
I go, "You bitch."
Oh no, Dusky.
Yeah,
I
I saw her
thought
years
Dusky
ago.
was a guy by the
No.
Dusky. I mean,
That
what's
would
the
be
full
Dusty.
name? I know.
Dusty.
But still Dusky.
Her
I've
brother
never heard
Dusty Rideout. She was Dusky Rideout.
Rideout?
Rideout. Rideout. Yeah,
I
she
mean,
was sweet. I'm actually
you gotta write a part
for Dusky
named
Rideout.
Dusky Rideout.
Dusky Rideout.
She's riding motorcycles.
Yeah.
She's got to be riding motorcycles,
I don't
right?
know. I don't think she rides motorcycles, but
Well,
she
I mean,
should
just
be
the
in the
character
right,
by the name.
Let's get
Don't
creative.
You like she's riding motorcycles.
Right.
She's running cons.
Right.
Something's
running
going
cons.
on. You know.
Yeah, but
she's not living a normal life.
No, she's not. She's doing extreme shit right now. But with dyslexia and ADD or whatever, because my grades suffered and nobody looked at me like maybe he just needs some patience.
Yeah.
He needs some, tutoring. He needs some, because my mind was just, I couldn't connect things. I still can't figure things out right away. I don't really like to read instructions. I like to just figure it out. I'm like, no, I could figure this out until I can't, and then I got to read them. Yeah. But what was it like for you?
So, if you look back, I went to so many different elementary schools. A, because we were moving. B, sometimes because there'd be I went to a Catholic school here in LA, and my mom took me out mid-year. I don't know the full story of what was going on there, but I at least like my mom was on to something being up, like that certain places weren't the best fit for me, and also they're not understanding. Like I got in trouble at that one school. I don't think that's why I was taken out, but I got in trouble for like impulse control things, you know?
Yeah.
But I wasn't like the kid being sent to the principal every day.
Right.
And in terms of work, it was like, my grades could be not necessarily bad, but then like, I guess when I got tested, they were like, oh, you should be working at this level, and you're working at this level, basically. What happened was we lived in London for my 6th grade year.
Wow. What a transition. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp has helped so many people that I know, along with millions across the country. It is pretty amazing how important therapy is and how it can change someone's life. a lot of times we don't know. Our minds are just filled with clutter, and it's time to declutter. And people are worried. What if I don't like my therapist? Well, you could change your therapist easy. It's so simple without doing anything. They'll do it for you. You don't have to have any kind of confrontation or anything. Trust me. And it's so much better than spending a fortune going into normal therapy. It's a lot cheaper. October 10th is World Mental Health Day. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. Behind each of these journeys is a therapist who listened, asked the right questions, and helped someone move forward. BetterHelp is committed to helping people connect with credentialed therapists because the right therapist can change the way forward. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences. It takes no time at all. And BetterHelp's 10 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means they typically get it right the first time. And again, if you aren't happy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time at no extra cost. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/inside. That's betterhelp.com/inside. Inside of You is brought to you by Shopify. Boy, do I love the folks at Shopify. Shopify has helped this show, believe it or not, and Talkville, my other podcast, by giving me an outlet to sell products. Small businesses, medium-sized businesses, large businesses, doesn't matter. Shopify is for you. Shopify is a commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. When I wanted to sell products and t-shirts, Ryan, it was so easy to go on their dashboard. If I can do this, I'm telling you, a 3-year-old can do it. You just upload the product, a picture. You take a picture of a product, you upload it, you put a description, you put how much you want to sell it for, how many you have. The shipping and handling is so easy. It's right there at a click of a button. That's it. You could check to see how well your product's doing, see how you're doing compared to last year, and so much more. I really love Shopify, and I can't talk about it enough because they've really helped my business. No freaking doubt about it.
Well, what if I can't design a website?
Well, Shopify's got you from the get-go with beautiful, ready-to-go templates to match your brand's style.
And what if I need a hand?
Well, Ryan, get help with everyday tasks like enhancing product images, writing product descriptions, or generating discount codes with Shopify's AI tools created for commerce. I do it all the time. I set discount codes, and it's fun to put like dumb 15% off. That's my code. Send it to all your followers, your friends, whatever. Turn those dreams into cha-ching and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your 1 month, $1 per month trial period and start selling today at shopify.com/inside. Go to shopify.com/inside. Shopify.com/inside.
I mean, we were for several months off the coast of Africa. I mean, because my dad's a cinematographer, and then he directed a film, and that's when we were there. But anyways, with my dad, we would a lot of times go on location with him. So we would go to different places. Sometimes it would just be Canada or US, but then, that year was like the Seychelles off the coast of Africa, and then Yugoslavia, and then London for a full year.
Wow.
And went to this great school called American School in London. And I don't know what it was that made them have me tested, but that's where I think it was the dyslexia thing that kind of put them on. Because I was not the disruptive kid in class that was obviously.
But what was it when you read
hyperactive.
something? What was it? The words were kind of garbled.
It's hard for me to understand and describe because you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I had to, now I'm a slow reader, but it's not like I'm like, oh, they're all jumbled. But I had to learn a lot of different coping mechanisms, like using a ruler while reading, So you're not jumping. So I will still do that where I'll see a letter
smart.
from
I should
another
try
line.
that.
Yeah.
Read with a ruler.
Yeah.
So you could just focus on that line and keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of go like this. I'm like,
Yeah.
like I'm kind of reading a lot of it, but like I want to move on. I
And
just
do you
need
retain any of that information when you do
a
that?
lot of times I'll go, I don't know what I just read.
Yeah,
I'll read a whole
exactly.
chapter in history class and go, this is worthless. I don't remember
I learned
anything.
nothing. There's nothing in this book.
But like visually, if you showed me a war documentary, I'd pick up a lot.
Same.
Yeah.
I do so much better with something like that. I love a documentary. I love being, and I think a lot of people are like that.
Did they medicate you?
They did not medicate me. I medicated eventually in college, and then it wasn't a great situation.
Right.
Yeah.
What'd you take?
Ritalin.
That's not,
It was good for a while, and then they kept upping it until it was like on the highest dosage, and then I went literally insane.
Yeah. And if you drink on Ritalin, you're effed.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I was drinking like a ton then.
That's good.
Ooh, I didn't even know that.
But it sounds like dyslexia really didn't stop you. Did your grades suffer or anything like that?
I probably could have had better grades than what I had.
You had A's, didn't you?
No, I was like a B student, B plus. But I had, after London, we moved back here and I went to a school that was like very traditional and academic, and it was not a great situation socially for me, but I had this amazing educational therapist who became like a second mom to me. And I would even go over to her house because she worked out of her house. I would go over to her house and just do my homework from her house, even on days when I wasn't. I only saw her once a week.
Why was that? Why did you just feel really comfortable and safe with her?
Yeah. And she was so helpful. She helped me. She taught me how to study. She taught me how to take notes. She taught me, how to organize everything. And she would like put a fire on for me. She
calmed you.
Calm me. Yeah. That was probably a big part of it. Yeah.
But did you ever get anxiety or any depression or anything growing up, or was that just come later?
In college, yes. In college, yes. After I had that whole thing with the like taking the Ritalin and having like
really, it caused anxiety.
I would get so tired. I would be up for so long and I'd be exhausted, but I couldn't sleep. I remember calling my mom and being like, I'm so tired and I can't sleep. I can't sleep. So after getting off that, I mean, I think that I was experiencing depression. I mean, I know I was experiencing depression then. And they thought then that I had depression because of the ADHD. There's, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
It was a really rude awakening for me to go from my growing up. I think it was fairly sheltered, even though we traveled a lot of the world. Like I was protected from a lot of things. And then my freshman year of college, there was a lot of grown-up things I had to face and, all kinds of things going on.
You're growing up.
Someone I know was, somebody I know was cutting themselves. There was like somebody who is schizophrenic who like I befriended, but then he'd call a lot. And it was a little too much for me
to deal with
as a young person to handle.
Right.
Yeah. It was like a real rude awakening into the world of like, oh, the world is dark. There's a lot of bad things going on here.
Yeah.
And there's a lot for me to just process. So I did experience that. And I've experienced depression like throughout my life at different times.
Do you go to therapy?
I do. I'm on a break for a few months, but I'm like, I need to go back.
It's amazing how you think, I got it together. I don't need to blow money and do this and get there. And it's just time consuming. I have nothing to talk about. And then all of a sudden you're like, I need to see someone.
Yeah.
And then it's all of a sudden, all this stuff comes out from all the times you didn't go.
Yeah.
I tell Ryan, like, it's you think you have nothing to talk about, but about 10 or 15 minutes in, you start to let go and relax into it and things come out. And it's just to talk to someone and not just your partner or your friend or someone who's professional who can just take a look and say, hey, what's going on? A check in. So I think that's important.
And I think it's the times when we're not like desperate for therapy that you can go even deeper, even though it's the times when you're like, well, I think I'm okay. I don't need to go to therapy. But it's those times when you're like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, that then stuff comes out, and you can kind of go even deeper. When you're dealing with like a crisis or like something big in your life that it's obvious you need to go to therapy. You're kind of just dealing with that one thing, But when you're like, just having day-to-day stuff, that's when you can kind of like really go into.
Do you look back and think, can you pinpoint like the toughest time in your life? Like this sort of, these years were really tough for me. Cause I can do that. I can go, this was a really tough time and I didn't know what was happening with my body and the anxiety, what was causing it, which caused depression. And I felt like, I don't even know who I am in a way. And I went to a treatment center for like 30
for
days.
You.
Yeah. And my friends were like, I didn't know you were an alcoholic. I'm like, I'm not. It's not about alcohol.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't know you were a drug addict. No, I don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Smoke a little pot.
Right.
But, and
nothing you need to go to rehab for. Yeah.
Right. But I just said, I need to talk to people.
Yeah.
I need to be away for a while. Have you ever had a dark period of time like that?
I've had a couple. I had like one job that was it really triggered me for various reasons that I now understand, both like with my biology and also just my like, who I am and my history as like growing up and things really triggered me and really was hard to get past. We're just like bad situation. I did not feel safe in any I found out that like one of the people was saying like the worst things about me behind my back when I thought we were like friends or friendly or whatever. And I also like most of my experiences in my life from work have been, and I know that's not what most people experience in entertainment
but
or
it
as
happens.
an actor. No, but like that most of my career, I've had really good experiences with good people who mean well. We're going to give each other the benefit of the doubt. Like
had your back.
You mess up, you have each other's back. You're not out for each other or something. But this job, like, I mean,
it triggered you.
It triggered me. It really triggered me. And it was really upsetting. That was one that was really upsetting to me.
How did you get over that?
A lot of therapy. I mean,
what kind of advice do you think that you got that you took in and really helped you? Like, was it something like you can only control what you're doing? You can't control what everybody else is doing. Was it sort of like focus on the work, focus on you, do the job and go home? When
I was in the middle of it, I just had to just get done, put your head down and finish it.
And that's not fun.
No, that's not fun. I wasn't even processing what was happening as much when I was in the middle of the job. It was really afterwards. So in terms of, I mean, it's hard to just say like, focus on
Don't
yourself.
worry about
You're
it.
fine.
Yeah.
When you're really having a hard time, getting past some things, and you're like, what part did I play in this? And I always want to look at myself and know like, what did I play? Like, what did I do? And I'm the first to look at that. And I know that I'm sure there were some things I added to, but at the same time, this is so horrible. Like I can't, like to me, but I also know that for various reasons, my reaction was bigger than like maybe average Joe's reaction to the environment.
Well, you were sensitive.
I'm sensitive.
You're a sensitive person.
I'm a sensitive person.
Yeah.
The particular things that happened, I think kind of triggered me from my childhood and things like that.
I know that.
Where that therapy helped me recognize that, where it's like, oh, okay, why is this so upsetting to me? Yeah, this person did a really shitty thing, but why can't I just be like, oh yeah, that was shitty. Let's move on.
Because you're hurt.
Yeah.
I when you said that, it immediately, that's a lot of me. What happens is, and I don't realize it right away, but when someone's, when I'm doing, I feel like I'm giving and I'm this and I'm that, and it feels like rejection. It feels like someone, I don't know, in a way, like I disappointed someone and I don't know why. And I feel like it's my relationship with so-and-so, and all these things come back. And then I react a certain way where I'm like, it's not like, that's fine. That's totally cool. I'm like, all of a sudden I get like this. why don't you say what you really mean? Why are you doing this? And they take it as confrontation. I'm like, no, I'm like,
you're being direct.
I'm being direct, and they can't handle that. So maybe that's their own childhood issues.
Yeah.
But it's when I leave and I go, why did that upset you? And I think about it, and it's like, because no matter what you did as a kid, it wasn't enough. No matter what you did or what you said, they didn't believe you, or they disappoint. It's all most of it's childhood.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So the question is, how do you get past it? So, and you say, well, I just would get through it. And that's the worst way. Just with the mentality is, I just got to get through it.
You're not healing that way.
It's like,
you're not getting past it.
Right. So it's like, how do I, like, that's why I feel like when I'm working, it's like, it has to be an element of fun. It has to be, I want to know who's on the job. I want to know that I want the crew to be fun, and I want to know everybody. And and you, I don't know, you grow and you learn and you make mistakes and you're a little snobby here and there. We all are. Yeah, we grow, but it's how you get over that is the big hurdle, and it's like you have to have the right therapist.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I've switched therapists many times.
Yeah, and that's good. It's good to recognize, because you could spend a lot of time talking to the wrong person. That's not going to help you get places. You know.
Yeah.
And I think I've spent time thinking like, okay, I know how bad a bad set can feel like. I know how good a good set can feel like. But how much can I be okay with? Like, I'm not, on Bones, we became like very close. Like the cast became close. Like I became very good friends with so many of the actors. Yeah. And we were really, we had a great rapport with the crew. So like important. It was so great. Like, but the more time I have past that, I'm like, oh my God, we were so lucky. I didn't even I did appreciate it, but I didn't really deeply appreciate that. Yeah. And yes, there were ups and downs.
Sure.
Because we did that show for 12 years.
Oh
so,
God.
There's ups and downs, and you're also like, you're feeling like, oh my God, what am I doing? If I do another, interrogation scene, or if I do another,
how do I do this differently?
Just every time you're like, what? How to make this fresh and new? What's different about this? And like, okay, we got a dead body on a lab platform. How do we make this different? Like, we do it every week.
I would do that. On Smallville, I would. A new director come on. He's fresh and happy. He's like, all right, so I was thinking maybe Lex is at the bar. I'm like, wow. Lex is at the bar. Oh my God.
What?
That's and the crew would laugh. And I'm like, I'm just kidding. It's just like, Lex goes to the bar a lot. It's fine. But like, you just try to make fun of it and move on.
Yeah.
But But so, that was a good time, because 12 years that you spend more time with the makeup and the crew and all these people than you do with your own family.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
These days are long.
They're long days doing a drama. I mean, you did that. I mean,
how many episodes did you do in 12 years?
I think it's around 246, but I think there might be 245, 247. So I don't know.
It's a lot of
There's
episodes.
I think it's 246, but I think at some point there was some discrepancy, because there's one season where we filmed some episodes for the next season while we were filming the other. So it's like I don't know why that is, but I think it's around.
It just becomes a blur.
It's not 250, but it's just shy, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
How many did you do?
I did 160.
You didn't go the whole time.
I left after season 7, but I did about 160 something.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot of episodes.
It was a lot. It was a lot. But I wasn't the lead in every scene like Tom was. You and David were the leads.
Yeah.
You're Bones.
We're like double. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're in most every scene.
I mean, in the beginning, I was, and there'd be a few scenes that I wasn't in, but they'd be shot on the double up day where you had 2 units where I'd be starting the next episode. So I literally had no scenes off.
Were you exhausted?
Unbelievably exhausted.
Like, honestly, I can't. Did you think ever, like, go home at night and think, I can't do this. I'm gonna die. I can't physically and mentally do this. Did you ever think those things? Maybe not die. Yeah.
I mean, I think I did. And then you just get up the next day and you do it again. I'm pretty good at just kind of getting up and doing it again. But I know there's a lot of nights of like crying in my bathtub, just trying to.
I want to go home.
Yeah. And I was really struggling because I'd never done a TV show before that. Did you do any other shows before
Yeah,
Smallville?
I did some shows, but this was the biggest one.
Yeah.
And this is the most longevity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I
That's
had never
crazy.
done pilots and I done guest stars. I done like an arc of like
you
2
weren't
episodes.
easing in. You weren't easing into the process.
Not at all.
That's terrifying.
And I had panic attacks.
Of course.
And I didn't recognize what that was until later on. But it was really challenging. And I mean, I was kind of losing my mind. I think everybody doing that kind of work, especially first season on a drama, you kind of go insane. And then they figure out how to not write 7 people into a lab platform scene. Like on our show, we had this amazing set. It was enormous, like enormous. And it had a platform in the middle of this huge lab. And so you'd have all the background people around, walking around the lab. Then there's the platform. And then there's like, if you have like 7 actors in the scene, like forget it. It takes so long to film that. So they got savvy with that. They got savvy with using the other amazing actors that we had.
Yeah, we don't need Emily in this scene. We don't, right. Yeah.
I didn't need to be in every scene.
So maybe you work 3 days a week or 4.
Well, no, I worked 5 days a week, but I was not in every single scene every day. Yeah. I still was working 5 days a week until later on.
Right.
Then I would get some days off, like seasons later, I would get some days off. But when I started, I had friends who did series, but they were all sitcoms or, single camera, but they're all comedies.
Right.
And so those guys get a week off a month. I had no idea. I mean, I remember one of our producers, Barry Josephson, said to me,
I play hockey with Barry. He plays
"You
with
do
us.
not."
Yeah.
I love Barry.
I love Barry.
Oh,
He's great. He's great.
the best.
He's such a sweetheart.
He's a sweet soul.
He really is. He tried to get me to do the Bones spinoff.
The Finder.
They offered me.
There's 2.
Well, the one that just did a
was-
pilot. They did a pilot and it didn't didn't get picked up. But I knew the amount of work you guys did, and I didn't want any part of that.
Yeah.
I said, dude, I love you. I met with
Good
the
for
with
you
the
for
head.
recognizing
I remember
that.
I met with the head of Fox for it, and then Barry, and then
nice.
the creator, and I was doing it because I love Barry, but I was like, Barry, I don't want to work this hard ever again in my life.
Yeah.
It's you.
I get delusional, and sometimes I don't want to do 22 episodes ever again.
No.
I don't think
8 to 10.
Maybe when my kids are out of the house, I would consider doing that in an ensemble or something like that. But 8 to 10.
Inside of You is brought to you by Rocket Money. Guys, this is saving you money. So listen up. Don't fast forward this because Ryan's used this. I've used this. So many people have used this app. It's going to help you. Listen up for a second. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bill so you can grow your savings. It shows you all your expenses in one place, including subscriptions you forgot about. And if you see a subscription you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. So, how many times do you want to watch a show, but it's on some platform that you never heard of, like Groupie, and then you do the 30-day thing, and all of a sudden you owe $1,000 at the end of the year. It's never going to happen if you have Rocket Money.
Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. The app automatically scans your bills to find opportunities to save and then goes to work to get you better deals. They'll even talk to customer service so you don't have to.
Get alerts.
Ding.
If your bills increase in price, if there's unusual activity in your accounts, if you're close to going over budget, and even when you're doing a good job. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved over a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Download the Rocket Money app and enter the show name Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum in the survey so they know I sent you. And don't wait. Download the Rocket Money app today and tell them you heard about them from my show.
Don't you think it's like, in a way, you sell your soul because that's the way you sell your soul. It's like, you want fame? Yeah. You want money? Yeah. You want people to recognize you? Sure. Okay. But you're going to have no life and you're going to work so hard and you're going to be absolutely physically and mentally exhausted. And you're going to move to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Okay. And you just do it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, hey, the good outweigh the bad.
Yeah.
I want to do this. This is fun. And then when you're in it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is harder than people think.
Yeah.
This is like, I don't learn lines that easily. And so I'm studying the night before and really working and trying to get it down and, then on your feet all day and, and all this stuff. So did you learn lines pretty easily after a while?
First season was hard. And I also had very specific dialogue in that not only was I speaking scientific jargon and
scary
skeletal system jargon and all of that, but my character had a very particular way of speaking, she was almost on the autism spectrum and she kind of had a kind of formal way of speaking. It wasn't, you can't ad-lib it. You can't get the gist of what she's saying. And then
you have to be precise.
You have to say exactly the way it's written.
That's scary.
I mean, I went to drama school where, the playwright is king. So, that was normal, but you're not learning lines like that in drama school.
What's the biggest
you have
word
a month to prepare.
that you still haunt you? That you couldn't get it out?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. There's probably much worse words. There was words that I can't remember that were much worse, but I'd have to say epiphyseal fusion a lot of times. And there was a thing in the pilot that had to do with diatomaceous earth, but that's not a bones thing, but we had to, there was a lot of things, but I probably can't remember the worst of them. But I do remember a certain amount of
acute intracranial abnormality here, acute ischemia, hydrocephalus. It's like that would haunt me. At least, it's like, oh my God. But I guess, did you learn lines on the fly?
So once I got into a groove, probably a couple seasons in, after a certain point, they're like, okay, you can, this PA will help you with lines. And then at a certain point, they're like, we will pay some of a salary for an assistant for you to run lines. And so I had a system and I would learn the lines just the day before, unless I had a big speech or a very challenging thing. And then I'd have to do it. But that worked really well for me to just learn it the day before. And then I had an assistant with me on set. And so every break, running the lines.
So you're nonstop filming and then working on it.
I was like
all
a
day.
Machine.
Did they ever surprise you with, oh, we changed all the lines?
No.
Thank God. That's
do
my biggest nightmare. Oh, we completely rewrote your speech. Can you learn this over lunch? No. Get me cue cards. Get me fucking cue cards. I'm not going to look like an asshole.
I once worked on a movie where they day of were like, we put some new pages in your trailer. And I was like, okay. And they're like, well, we'll be filming this today. And it was like a sex scene. I mean, it was not it was still a Disney-ish movie.
But still.
So it was not, but it was like, whoa.
Hang on.
They didn't even have a bra for me to wear. It was like, we just scramble. I think I wore the costume designer's bra. That's happened.
When you call your agent and go, yeah, they're making me do something.
There's we sent you some pages. And you're looking at them and you're like, oh, this is
there's no dialogue.
This is a love scene. All right. Interesting. And I remember people you're really cool. I'm like, I don't know how to be otherwise about it. But it was also there's nothing
gratuitous.
It was still in the Disney world.
Right. It was just
it was not.
I love you too.
There was a bra.
Do you still love acting?
I do. There's been times I did. If you talk to me right after Bones, it was a huge transition. And I don't know if you experienced that after Smallville.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't, it's not that I wanted to continue doing Bones. Not that I would, it wasn't my decision to stop doing Bones. They canceled the show after, but it was 12 years.
12 years.
I wouldn't have been we need to keep doing this. I wanted the time. I had 2 young kids. I wanted the time with my kids, but it was such a change of my day-to-day life. I felt like I had a purpose, and then I wanted to spend the time with my family, and I loved spending that time, but I felt like I had lost big purpose in my life and
Yeah.
like the thing that I do every day. So after that though, but I didn't want anyone to talk to me about acting. I was not inspired to act.
I went through those stages.
Do you still like acting?
You know, I do, but it just has to be the right thing. So I still, I'll get some offers. I just got this offer for this really cool movie, but the dates are not good. I have so many things planned, and my dog just got out of surgery. So I was like, gosh, man, can they move this to January? And they can't. So that sucks. And then, occasionally they'll send me something where I'll go, I don't care when they say, you've got an unbelievable showrunner here. This is a creator that's amazing. It doesn't matter to me. I read the material. If I don't like the material, if I don't want to play this character, I just don't do it.
Yeah.
So
same.
For me, it just has to be something I really want to do. Like I go, you know what? I'm not the lead. It's a fun character. I could do this. I could really add to it. But those don't come up as often as I'd like them to.
Yeah.
But
same.
But I'm more on the creating side now, producing and things like that. But yeah, I would totally act again if it's the right thing. I mean, I do bit parts in like movies and stuff like for small parts. Like James Gunn asked me to do Guardians 2 and 3, and I do a little part.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like you go on for a week or two, and you make some money, and you're around great people and your friends. And that's fun.
Yeah.
And you keep your health insurance.
I know. I'm losing mine right now. Yeah.
You could just pay every month. There's something.
Well, I can also. My husband has insurance, so I can just.
David.
Yes.
Hornsby.
Yes.
Gosh, I love that man.
He loves you.
He's such a good man.
He thinks you're amazing.
He's such a good man.
Yeah.
It was a joy working with him. He's got such a big heart. You've been married for, let me guess. It's got to be 17 years.
15 years married.
Because you have
almost 15.
You have a 14-year-old, right?
Almost 14, yeah.
And a 9-year-old?
Oh, 10-year-old.
See, I'm right
You're
there.
You're so close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew it had to be, I said 17 because I thought maybe they dated for a couple.
Well, we did. We dated for 3 years before we got married.
Oh, yeah.
But then we're like, okay, let's have kids.
But he's wonderful. I mean, he's
the best.
He's the kind, like, I've had, gone out with women who are like, I want kids. And I'm like, I don't think I do. Yeah. But I'm like, but you should meet someone like David Hornsby, Emily's husband, because this is the kind of guy you want to marry. He would be perfect. Are you
agreed?
Close friends with Zoe? Close with Zoe, your sister?
Yes, yeah.
Are you close friends with your sister?
I'm very good friends with my sister.
I'm sure. Was there
sister?
Was there
sister
ever
friends.
Competition? Was there ever like times where you guys didn't get along?
I mean, we have our times for sure. I mean, like it's a complicated thing to be sisters. But we're definitely very close. I mean, we fought a lot as kids.
Yeah, my brother and I too.
Did you?
I wanted him dead. Is that too extreme?
I did not want my sister dead, but we would physically fight each other.
Oh,
we would. I mean, there's nobody who would push my buttons more. I'm sure I pushed her buttons more than anybody else. And yeah, but now as adults, I think once I went to college, I think we had an appreciation for each other.
You made up
because like. The distance, helped. But yeah, no, we're close. I mean, just texting with her last night. We get, see each other.
She lives in LA?
She lives in LA.
All right, so you see each other.
Close by to each other.
They have their cousins. The kids have their cousins.
The kids have cousins. My younger son is like very close in age with her kids. So they're like a good, tight-knit
That's
crew.
great.
Yeah, it's really cute. My older son he doesn't really have any other cousins. He's on his own, kind of. He's at the adult table,
Yeah, that's awesome. And Animal Kingdom got a lot of praise.
Oh, yeah.
That got a lot of praise.
And it was just on Netflix.
87% Rotten Tomatoes. I don't really like Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's a bunch of, but
it's interesting. Rotten Tomatoes. Sometimes I'm like, wow, that's 99%. Interesting.
And
whatever.
But Animal Kingdom is a great show. But like, was it a nice departure going from Bones?
Yes. Oh my God, to play a character like that.
Yeah, right.
It's been on Netflix. So a few people, like somebody came up to me the other day about it, but also people I know who'd never seen it before have seen it. And one of them was like, it was just you. It was just great to see you. You were so great. And it was just, I was like, wait,
you get a lot of praise for it.
I don't know. I don't know if I got praise for it. But this woman was like, you're great. But I was like, so the ex-con heroin addict, I was just acting like myself.
Just
I guess.
easy.
So I'm like, I need to work on my acting if that's what I can. But no, it was so fun to play a totally different character. And like, that was my first, I think I done a drunk history for a date with my friend Derek Waters. But besides that, I hadn't done
Derek.
anything. Do you know Derek?
Yeah. Were you drunk?
No, I didn't do that. But I didn't do that. I reenacted twice. But then we had him on our Bones Rewatch podcast. And we got drunk for that.
Really?
I mean, we were trying to be tipsy, but I am a lightweight.
You were
and so I
drunk.
basically
You're like,
got drunk. I was like falling asleep, dude. I mean, it was.
That's great.
Went home and like fell asleep for hours.
I did this thing. It's like Drunk History Month, but I forgot, it was High Times, and it hasn't aired. I think they're trying to sell it, but the idea is you get really stoned and they give you these pages like the day of and of stories. Mine was like Alcatraz and the history of Alcatraz.
Okay, so this is basically drunk history,
and
but high.
I never really get too high. I don't smoke joints often. And so they go, we want you to get really high. So I smoked a whole joint. I had my friend go with me.
Yeah.
I was so high that I would be like, in Alcatraz, it was like this place, man. It was like bad. And I was so high that the director say, hey, say this and this. And I go, what? I was so so I think it was funny. There's a lot of comedians like Tiffany Haddish did it.
They need the little editing maybe for those pauses.
Or not, because I'm stoned.
It's maybe hilarious.
It's maybe hilarious.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
know.
bet that's hilarious.
But I always wanted to see it, to see how it turned out.
Yeah.
But
it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah,
We got
it
to
hasn't
wait
come
to
out.
see it. Yeah. I'm curious about that.
What do you have anything coming up?
Do I have anything coming? Oh, well, I did an indie film that's going to get to distribution, I guess.
What indie film?
It's called Reentry, and it's a sci-fi, like a grounded sci-fi thing about an astronaut who goes into like the multiverse for the first time. It sounds like it's much more grounded than when you usually talk about a multiverse kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Sam Trammell and Noma Demeswini are both in it, who are awesome. And basically he goes into another dimension and is supposed to come right back in 10 seconds, but he doesn't come back. And so we're like, well, he's gone. And then a year later, he walks right back through the thing. And then it's like, what happens there? And what happens?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. It was a great story, great script. First time like writer and director.
Right.
Except maybe they did some small thing before. It's a small film, but it was a lot of fun, and it's a great idea and story and script. So, and it was awesome. What a great experience to do. But I did that, and then I did a film that called Big Boys that I have a small part in. That's so good that was nominated for Independent Spirit Awards.
What?
This
Big
year?
Boys?
Called Big Boys. It's so sweet. It's like a coming of age story about a teenage boy who like realizes he's gay on a camping trip, but it's like got a lot of humor and stuff. And I play his
that's
mom.
cool.
Yeah.
Big boys.
Big boys.
What you gonna do? What do you think? What do you think the key to longevity is in this business? Because you've been around.
I wish I knew.
I mean, but what do you think? I mean, do you think like what comes to mind to me is kindness, professionalism, a good attitude.
Yeah.
Because obviously, with a lot, you don't have to be great.
Yeah.
Sometimes you watch things and you're like, all right, well,
yeah.
Sometimes there's greatness.
Absolutely.
But I think if you're good to work with and you know your shit,
yeah,
I think you have a chance at longevity. But
I think the adaptability is probably part of that too. I think as actors, we have to like just change as we age.
Grow.
We're not going to be playing the same parts at 50 or whatever that we were playing when we were 20, right? And so you have to kind of grow with that and adapt. And then hopefully you're like growing as an actor and being able to play different things too. I don't feel like I know. And I think the business is so strange right now. So I feel like I don't know. And I'm the same as you, Lair. Like, a job has to make sense for me, but I love working and I love acting and I love doing things. I'm trying to do some producing and things like that too. And that excites me. And, but yeah, I think that's adapting, right? If you're trying to do different jobs or trying to make the jobs happen, if
you could
they're
do
not coming towards
there's
you,
good and bad. The pros are, I think, that you now can do anything you want and no one's going to look down on you. You could do, I go to conventions and I see, you know, Hemsworth there and Ewan McGregor and I'm
all
like,
kinds of
you
people.
know, and before it was, and a TV crossover with now everybody's doing it. I mean, Billy Bob Thornton's got his own show and like, you know, but, you know, the AI, it's, you know, we could beat that over the head with a hammer.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know how much AI yet is playing a part, at least with
I think a lot already
yet, but I'm not tapped into all that. I think it's a concern certainly for people doing background.
Yeah.
And I think it's a concern for other jobs in the business.
Sure.
And I think it will be you probably know more than I do. I don't know, but I don't see that being an issue. I just think that the business has changed after COVID and after the strikes. And then it just seems to be contracting, or it has contracted. Obviously. I mean, they used to do 20 pilots every network and now they're doing 2 if they do anything.
Yeah, but then you look at all these streamers and you're like, I don't know this show. I've never heard of this show.
Yeah, there's so many things.
I don't know this show. When were these, when did they have auditions for these shows?
I know.
There's 1,000 fucking shows and I've never heard of any of them.
I do experiencing things
and you're sending
like that.
me some goddamn independent movie that shoots in Iowa. What about all these?
I've had the same thing where I've looked at things. I'm like, well, wait, why wasn't I considered for this? But I guess we also don't know if we're considered, and then they're already sending an offer to somebody else or whatever. But I don't know all the different things. But yeah, some of those things though are also like, you're like, what is this show? I don't know this show. And then it's like in a totally different language. Sometimes it takes me a moment that it's been dubbed.
I know.
And you're like, oh, what is this? I don't know. I don't know any of these actors.
I was pissed that I wasn't considered for Squid Game.
The heck, man?
No. At the very end, there's these guys that come in and they all are English speaking, American or English or whatever. And I was watching them and I was like going, why do they, I don't want to put anybody down, but I was like, God, I could have killed one of these roles. But I'm sure they cast. I know sometimes I do that. But sometimes I watch something, I go, gosh, that guy's super talented, or I can't do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not as good as that person. I usually do that.
I love when I've auditioned for things and then you see who gets it.
And they impress you.
And you're like, that's how you do that job. That's how you play that character. And sometimes it's just who they are and how they interpret something is just exactly what it needed to be. And 100%. Like my brain wouldn't even think of doing it that way, you know? And I love that.
Yeah,
but
me too.
When I see it and it's like, oh.
But sometimes you go.
Sometimes you're like,
I could have fucking
that's
done
not
that.
necessarily better than what I would have done.
I would have done way better than that. That was awful. That was fucking awful.
What was have you ever heard the joke, like how many actresses it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
100. 1 to screw in the light bulb and 99 to say, I could do that.
That's so true. Hey, if you're loving inside of you and you want to keep the show going, I encourage you to check out our community at patreon.com/inside of you. When you join, you get access to bonus episodes, early sneak peeks, and a real spot in our Inside of You community. It's really awesome. We're talking episode discussions, exclusive Q&As, even a chance to help shape new segments on the show. Plus, if you're all in, you'll get shout outs and some special care packages sent your way from yours truly with little notes that I personalize. And most importantly, your support. It makes a huge difference. So join the community and let's keep this thing going together. All right, this is Shit Talking with Emily Deschanel.
Oh boy, shit talk.
This is rapid fire.
Okay, yes.
From my top tier patrons.
Oh boy.
Patreon.com/inside of you if you want to join and support the show. Get to ask questions.
Do it now.
And much more. Don G. Was there ever a moment on Bones or any other show or movie you said, oh my God, I can't believe I get paid to do this? And what was that?
Oh yeah. I mean, I got to like be weightless. It wasn't really weightless, but I got to be in the harness and pretend to be weightless on Bones. Where I was like, if this is a job, like this would be my other job besides acting.
To
like,
be
I loved
weightless?
it. To be weightless.
I want to be
Maybe
weightless.
it's like being an acrobat or something like that. That was so fun to me. There's a lot of times. Any kind of fun adventure thing that we did,
You're in.
I loved it. Well, I mean, you're doing a show for a long time. It's something
It breaks
different.
up the monotony.
Breaks up the monotony, and it's just fun. I love that kind of stuff. So like rappelling off of something or like doing a shootout, because my character wasn't a cop, so I didn't get to do that very often, but I did get guns and stuff at different times. Like that's fun, you know?
Yeah.
So that was we did join the circus for one thing and got to do like, performances as these, our alter egos essentially. So yeah, there were a lot of times that I couldn't believe it.
Raj, tell me about a time someone was able to change your mind.
Oh my God. That's hard to think about. That might take longer than rapid
All right.
fire.
Little Lisa,
If I think of it.
what do you think makes someone a good person?
I think putting yourself in other people's shoes, the more you can do that and try and understand other people is a great path towards being a good person, because then you're going to always try to work with other people and think from a different perspective. Thinking about other people, caring about other people.
Empathy.
Empathy and compassion.
100%. Melina W. How did you deal with playing a character who was analytical about death and murder for 12 seasons and not take it home with you?
It was hard at first. The first season was really hard. Maybe even the first 2 seasons. Like, it's depressing to not only deal with death every day, but murder. We're talking about murder. Is that coming back? Jamie Lee Curtis playing?
I never watched
Angela
it. I have no
Lansbury's
idea.
one? I watched it.
Did you?
And I loved it.
I don't think, was there a big male audience of Murder, She Wrote?
That's very much.
Although Golden Girls.
Did you like Golden Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Love Golden Girls. I love that they had those shows.
Yeah.
Back although they were like 50 years old. They weren't 80, by the way. I mean, I worked with
Dude,
Betty
I'm
White,
older than probably
and she was
B.
90.
Arthur was.
Yeah. We probably both are older than
Jesus, man, can you believe that? Leanne, what is your, well, you're not Leanne, but Leanne says,
I understand.
what is your favorite way to spend the day?
Oh, okay. Sleep in, hang out with the family, have a brunch, like be on a beautiful beach somewhere, go to the spa, be with friends, have great meals, be with my family.
Watch a good movie.
Watch a great movie.
Watch
Yeah.
The Pit. I like The Pit.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
I
you'll
need to
like
watch it.
it.
Everyone's loving it.
Mary L.
Okay.
How difficult was it to manage pregnancy and family as you were filming Bones?
Hard. I was very tired. Just that alone. I would sometimes finish work and then have to take a nap before I drive home because I was so tired
Exhausting.
I couldn't drive home, I mean, they limited my hours to this is like compared to other professions, people will think this is hilarious, but like my first pregnancy, they limited it to 12-hour days. And then my second pregnancy, they limited it to 10-hour days.
That's
I had some complications.
A lot of hours.
It's still a lot of freaking hours when you're pregnant. I mean, it takes so much.
Dude,
I would
are you
just
kidding me?
be exhausted.
How do you feel about me calling you dude?
I love being called dude. I call
Okay.
people dude all the
I
time.
have a friend, Ken, I always talk about it, but like every time you're like, hey, how was the concert? He's like, oh yeah, dude. It was, dude.
Dude.
He's so funny. Melissa M,
was
last
rad.
question. It was rad. Oh, yeah, bro. Melissa M, how did you feel about the ending to Bones?
I mean, I liked it. If we're going to
Good.
end it, we liked it. We blew up the lab. That was David Boreanaz's dream. They blew up the lab. And honestly, like if you ask me what the exact plot was of the end of Bones, I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. I forgot like a really major plot point. That's what, I mean, we're doing this rewatch podcast, and it is interesting to, go back and remember.
We're doing that
certain
with
things.
Smallville.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. How far along are you guys?
We're season 7 episode.
Oh my God, you're far along.
Yeah. I'm only, anyway. Yeah, well.
We can talk more.
This has been amazing.
Well, it's been really nice.
You're fun. You're open. You talk about everything. I mean, it's.
Oh, Barry Josephson said, get away on the weekends. Like, you can go away on the weekends, go to Santa Barbara, go to the desert. But then I was working into Saturday morning.
So you have no time. Then you got to drive all the way down there.
And I thought when I started, I think Barry was the one that broke it to me. Like, I was like, well, when do we have time off? Because I thought that I'd have a week off every month because I had all my friends did comedies.
Like, that doesn't work this way.
He's like, well, you'll have, 2 days on at Thanksgiving. I had the Thursday and Friday off, and I was like, oh, that's, we're in July and that's a long way away. So, yeah, that's all Barry said to me. It wasn't I'm sure he said many wise words, but they weren't necessarily the wise words at that point. But yeah. Love Barry.
Well, Emily, this has been a real treat for me. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Give my love to David.
I will. He sends his love.
Yeah, this has been awesome. Thanks.
So fun. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, Emily, for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it. If you're actually listening to this, you probably listen to yourself so much that you don't want to listen. But I thought this interview was really fun. Let me know what you guys think. You could watch on YouTube. You could listen to the show. You can do so many things. But spread the word. Spread the word. You're listening to this podcast and tell people that you love it and they should do it and steal their phone and subscribe. All right. I guess that about wraps it up. Well, of course, first we have to read without these folks, these patrons, this podcast wouldn't exist. So thank you. Go to patreon.com/inside of you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Inside of you, and become a patron and get your name shouted out. I'm going to shout out these names right now in no particular order. So if you think that your order's changed, it's just random, rando. In fact, I'll read them backwards. How about that? I'm going to start from the bottom.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Ivan G, Other Brother Daryl, Benjamin R, Ritzel Pitzel, Jackie J, Niall M, Gary F, T-Paw, Brian B, David T, Sultan, Pierre C, Ben B, Jammin, Ellie K, Heather and Greg.
Keith B and G.
Grether.
Oh, Grether. Yes, Grether. My bad. We're doing it backwards. I was a little turned around. Keith B, NG Tracy, Jenny B76, Donji, Charlene A, Stephanie Nevin. Stefan. Nick W, Rachel D, Claudia, Randy S, Jen T, Frank B.
Charlene A, Jessica B, Jules M, Luna R, Leanne J, Jammin J, Jorel, Kevin E, Amanda R, Eric H, M, Mel S, Monica T, Eugene R, Mr. M, Jeremy C, Michelle A, Rhiannon C, Betsy, Sweet Betsy D,
Talia M, Tom N, Tabitha T, Ray H,
Harada,
Brad D, Dave Ho.
Dave Ho, I'm going to see him in Liverpool. Dave, I miss you, Dave.
In Liverpool.
I'm going to give Dave a hug, whether he likes it or not. Hello, Dave.
Belinda N, Kendrick F, Leanne P, Santiago M.
99 more. Eldon Supremo. Mike, Janelle B, Jamal F, Stacy L, Raj C, Sophie M, Jason Dreamweaver, Rob I, Niko P, Brian Hennenkamp, Yukiko, Little Lisa, and last but not least, Nancy D. She's probably like, why am I last? It's not last. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I love you. And from the Hollywood Hills in Hollywood, California, I'm Michael Rosenbaum. If I'm looking a little, worse for the wear, that's,
You were cruising 2 hours ago.
I just got home 2 hours ago. So Ryan's like, damn, you look impaired.
Who's that?
Damn, who's that? Yes. And I'm Michael Rosenbaum.
I'm Ryan Taylor.
Yeah. A little wave to the camera. We love you. And thank you for all the support and love and continued love, hopefully. And most importantly, be good to yourself. And I need to be better to myself because this last week was debauchery. Just no sleep. But all right, we'll see you next week. Bye.